Hey, my name is Kevin Sheelick, and I'm here to talk to you about the volunteer conference that's coming up and the session on quiz bowls. I'm a 4-H specialist in District 9. I'm also, I have a PhD, and I run the beef quiz bowl for the state of Texas. Now, I know a little bit about the horse quiz bowl, and I know a little bit about food nutrition quiz bowl. And during that volunteer conference, we're going to talk to you about all three of those and a fourth one. We're going to talk about swine. Okay, if you're watching the video, then you've probably already found the volunteer conference website, but if not, I tell you what, we're going to take a quick break right here. I'm going to bring up a brochure that'll show you kind of what, where, when, what's going on, and we'll let me just sing for a little while you look at that. Do 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 do. Whatever, but anyway, take a look there. You can see all the different things that are being offered. Specifically, if you're looking for the one on Quiz Bowl, I'll be talking about that one on November 12th at two different times. One at 11:30, once again at 7:30. Now the login and all that information, I'm going to tell you, talk to Courtney Dodd. She's the one that figured out how to put all this stuff online, and follow the instructions that they have on the webpage about how to get into all of these different things. But I also want to give you just a heads up about what we're going to talk about. I said it was going to be beef, swine, food nutrition, and horse, and we're also going to be taking a look at how to write questions. So you probably can't see that, but we'll talk a little bit about how we write questions for the quiz bowls and how you should prepare youth to participate in those quiz bowls, kind of using the questions that we format. But it's also good if you're a leader that you need to know how to write questions too, because when it comes to practice, more questions the better. So we're going to talk about that. We're also going to be talking about resources, so we'll be taking a look at big books like this. No, we won't be talking about all the details of what's inside them. We'll just take a quick look at what the resources are, how you get your hands on them, and kind of what the questions are from those. In addition to resources, I should show you one more because I do run the Beef Quiz Bowl. So here is the main resource for the Beef Quiz Bowl. Beef Production and Management Decisions by Thomas Field. That's the one that has most of the questions. Now, I will tell you, the resources change from time to time, so you've got to make sure that you watch the website. But if we're talking about horses, or we're talking about cows, or we're talking about food nutrition, the subject matter doesn't change. We might change the resource, but let's face it, the number of gallons that the rumen holds in a cow hadn't changed for the last, 100 years probably. So it's the same. The information is the same. Same when it comes to nutritional requirements of people. It'll be the same stuff. Resources that we draw that from and things that you can use to teach kiddos might change. So we'll talk about what those resources are. We're also going to take a little bit of a look at the rules of play. That would be the Texas 4-H Quiz Bowl Guide. You'll want to have a copy of this if you're working with your kiddos so that they understand how the game works. And I do this because they use a clicker when they do the whole system of play in the game. But you'll want to take a look at the Texas Quiz Bowl Guide. It's good stuff, and we're going to explore it during that session that we do for all y'all volunteers. Now, there's some other things that you'll want. Let me pull up that. At some point, you'll want to be familiar with the equipment that we use for the Texas Beef Quiz Bowl, Horse Quiz Bowl, Swine Quiz Bowl, Food Nutrition. And it's basically a clicker like this that comes from Z-Craft. We'll show you the details of the company so that you can figure out where to get these things, but I'm going to give you a kind of a warning about that. They're expensive. If you get the ones that we use, they're like $600, which is a lot of money. But I don't know, your county program might have a lot of money, so you want to get the real deal. At the very least, you'll at least want to have the opportunity to practice on the equipment. It kind of looks like this. You have a little clicker, you have a little box. You'll want those things. We'll tell you how to get it, where to get it. We'll even talk a little bit about where you can borrow some of that equipment so that your kids get a chance to do the thing that they're going to do when they get to the actual quiz bowl. Now, that being said, there are some other ways to do this that are cheaper and a little easier. We like to use these hockey pucks. They look like a hockey puck anyway, and they're clickers that you can give to individual kiddos. It makes it great for practicing Quiz Bowl. Give one of these to each of the kids that you're practicing with. You got your team of 4, team of 12. I don't care how many. When you're practicing, you can use these suckers. They're a lot cheaper than that $600 unit that I just showed you a few minutes ago. So, at the volunteer conference, they're going to be on November the 12th. It's going to be at 11:30 in the morning and 7:30 in the evening. We're going to talk about all of those things. It is going to be interactive, so you'll have the opportunity to ask me questions. Once again, my name is Kevin Sheelick. And my contact information will be in the promotional stuff. So if there's specific questions, specific things that you want me to cover, feel free. Send me a link, send me a question, send me an email, send a carrier pigeon, whatever it takes. I'll make sure that we cover that during the conference. And while you're on, if something comes to mind, we'll make sure we cover that too. All of that, November 12th, 11:30 in the morning, again at 7:30 in the evening. And for those of you that kind of know me and know that I know a little about cows and a little about horses and nothing about food and nutrition, I will get some experts online too that can talk a little bit about foods and nutrition, so that when we're talking about the quiz bowl for food nutrition, and it's like the difference between a bunt cake and a sheet cake, and I don't know the difference, we'll have somebody on the group that can help us. Once again, we'll see you there. You have any questions, feel free to holler at me.